Hey folks, this is Shane from Performance EV. Today we're continuing putting the Leaf motor in a Porsche 911. Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. So for those of you new to this channel, this is my project to put a Nissan Leaf motor into a Porsche 911. Over the last couple of months we've really been focusing on the kind of physical side of getting the motor to fit, and we've started to reach what will hopefully be a pretty major milestone of getting it bolted into the car. So in the last video we were focusing on one of the three main mounting points and got a front mounting or front bracket kind of designed but not quite built. So I'm going to continue getting that installed into the car and making some adjustments to make sure it functions the way it needs to, and then we'll start focusing on the back of the car. No idea how long this is going to take or what I'm actually going to need to do, but come on and join me as I figure it out. So now that we have the front mount ready to go, it's time to start working on the rear one. So in order to do that, I want to just make sure I'm very happy with where the motor is sitting, which means I need to get out a couple of things out of the way that are just causing me a little bit of obstruction, which is basically these wires here. So they're clipped in place, and yeah, just kind of knocking on things as I try and move stuff around. So I'm going to get those unclipped and then we'll start trying to continue to fit the motor. If we're going to be able to figure out where the engine is, we need to see where the front mount goes. So let's get it in place. So I had to adjust the mount a little bit just based on where the motor needs to be left to right. But I think it's going to work. I was hoping I could just leave it in there, but I'm going to have to actually take it out now to cut a small bit off the front so that the mount then sits flush, or my new mount then sits flush. We're getting there. Right, so we've made some changes or enhancements to our mounting bracket. I'm just going to stick it back together and show you what we've got before we put the final piece, or sort out the final pieces. So there's the bulk of the bracket. One thing I am going to add is an extra piece temporarily just under here so that I can support the front without actually having to bolt it in place. So we'll get that done and then we'll be good to go. Alright, completed mount. Well, completed for now. This piece here will eventually go to be replaced by bolt holes either side, and ultimately hopefully I won't need these bolts here because I'll have welded these my new pieces to the original one, but I want to keep an element of adjustability to it, so for now it's bolts. So there we have the front and normal Leaf engine mount resting on the custom piece that's just been built. So we'll continue our efforts with the mounting here at the back. So we're going to have to do a little bit of adjustment to this if we want it to work the way I want it to. So basically there's this little pin here that dictates the orientation of this mount, which makes sense when it was in the Leaf. Makes it easier to fit, a bit more idiot proof, but I don't want it in the Leaf, so I'm going to have to decide where I want to fit it and then drill a new hole for that pin. But for the moment we'll just kind of loosely fit things, decide where we want them, and then mark things up. So now we've got the front mount not completely finished, but as done as I want to get it for now. We need to look at the back of the engine. So what I'm planning to do here is basically use this bit of metal that I cut previously. It wasn't attached in place, I just cut it to have it. I'm going to bring it forward, or bring it backwards from where it was, to bring it a little bit more into the bay here. And basically we're going to run 4 brackets down from it. They'll basically be L-shaped, so I'll have to weld them up, and they'll come down and effectively give these engine mounts something to sit on. So I've been playing with them, moving them around a bit, and I think I've got the best I'm going to get for them in terms of location. So what I've done is I've tightened up the bolts here. Now I'm going to take off the entire mount, mark where the pin that's on these is, and drill a new hole for it. Then get these back into position and start measuring and figuring out exactly where the brackets need to come off this. So yeah, let's give it a go. So here are the 2 mounts in question, and you can see just in here the pin I'm talking about, just to the right of the bolt there. So I'm going to mark that up and then just drill a new recess in the mount that the hydraulic mount can go into. There we have it, OEM. And the other modified mount. So we get these back on the engine, or on the motor, and then we'll start looking at how we're going to support them. Alright, there's the motor back in place in almost its final position. The mounts are as good as they're going to get, so now we'll start trying to actually hold it in place. I know it doesn't have the engine mounts in, or my mounts in, but it's floating. So that at least lets us know that the front mount is for the moment holding. So we're going to use this as an opportunity to start to get things in place and measure up for the rear mountings. Here's what we're trying to achieve. Suspended engine. Well, standing on jack stands at the moment. Don't know if you can quite see it from this angle, but the motor itself isn't totally level yet. So I'm just going to play around with a few things, lift aside, drop aside, get it as high as possible and as level as possible. Alright, that's better aligned. I'm just going to check in through the axles, see how things are lining up, and then we'll continue with our efforts. So we've actually got more clearance here than I anticipated. So what I might try and do with this is see if I can't cut a notch out of it so it goes around the motor, and then I'll look to get a piece welded back into it to make it secure and strong again. All right, now we can bolt that in. All right, so this is pretty much the final housing or final spot for the motor. Obviously I still need to build the brackets to connect the mount here to the metal bar, and then by extension the car itself. But yeah, this, by getting it in place and to a point where I'm comfortable with the how it's sitting, means that I don't have to do any more crazy measurements. It's taken a bit longer to get here than I thought, but I'm pretty happy with it. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought, and to be honest, I didn't get quite as far as I hoped I'd had. But you know, this is a very important stage. I don't want to get something wrong that's then going to cause me problems later on, because you know, I'm putting stresses where there shouldn't be stresses when trying to send power through the motor, or something ends up falling off the car. Still, I am actually very happy with where we've gotten to. I think seeing the motor suspended in midair in the car is pretty good, and it's kind of a bit of a milestone in and of itself. But there's still obviously a little bit more work to do before we'll fully have the motor bolted in. And then of course we have to look at, you know, how we're going to get power from the motor before we even start looking at the electrical side. So still plenty of work to do, but we're getting through it. So yeah, thanks for watching and for joining me on this. As I say, I hope I hope you've enjoyed it or gotten something out of it, and yeah, we'll see you next time.